Barack Obama wrote the headline to what was an exhilarating Chapter 1 in his administration's history when, with George Bush sitting just feet away and the whole world watching, he said the following.
We reject as false the choice between our safety and our ideals.
And he followed that up by keeping a prominent campaign promise in signing executive orders that would prevent any officer of the United States government from engaging in torture. Barack Obama intended to signal that his approach to defense was antithetical to the Bush approach, didn't he?
They understood that our power alone cannot protect us, nor does it entitle us to do as we please. Instead, they knew that our power grows through its prudent use. Our security emanates from the justness of our cause, the force of our example, the tempering qualities of humility and restraint.
Setting aside, if just for a moment, objections to this bit of revisionist history, objections, that is, to the idea that our security has emanated from our humility and our restraint, it is notable that we did not hear the phrase war on terror from Obama's speech. Was this purposeful? White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs was asked at his first press conference if Obama was intentionally doing away with the war on terror metaphor. His response was that our nation was at war with a far-reaching network of violence and hatred. Now, fighting a war against a network implies a definitive ending, while fighting a war on terror can be done in perpetuity. Fighting a war on terror creates this nebulous distinction between friend and enemy, war and peace, the rule of law and the law of rule. So, for a country shamed by the behavior of our leaders who managed to turn all the global goodwill we received in the months following 9/11 and turn it into a big pile of global animosity, this shift in rhetoric was indeed welcome. Even if Barack Obama could be accused of falsely choosing between our safety and our ideals while he was a US Senator. But bygones be bygones. His days as a candidate are over. Let's evaluate him now as a commander-in-chief. While George Bush famously challenged us to either be with him or against him, Barack Obama is a much more complicated man. And he displayed his complexity in juxtaposition with his speech rhetoric by making good on yet another campaign promise in his first week. As promised, you can now add Pakistan to the growing list of countries suffering collateral damage in our never-ending war on terror. Correction. The war against the network of far-reaching violence and hatred. Are the drone attacks which killed civilians, as well as members of Al-Qaeda, a way to protect America with humility and with restraint? It is Pakistan's sincere hope that the United States will adopt a more holistic and integrated approach to the problem of dealing with extremism and terrorism. A holistic approach to dealing with the issue of terrorism? Well, I don't see Barack Obama and Osama bin Laden going on a yoga retreat anytime soon. But one can hope for an approach that's rooted less in military might and political muscle. The United States strategy, which can be described as the application of gasoline, however carefully, under a Barack Obama administration in order to eliminate a fire, is not going to work. If Barack Obama is intent on ending the Bush war on terror, he need look no further than his own inauguration speech for guidance. The U.S. must reject the false choice between our safety and our ideals. The United States must stop committing acts of terror.
They understood that our power alone cannot protect us, nor does it entitle us to do as we please.
I'm Dennis Trainer for The Uptake. Opinions expressed are my own. Submit your own video letter to the editor. See the details in the description.